Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a proper French omelet. Just as a disclaimer, all the egg pictures that I show you are never using the French omelet technique. I have my own technique that I do at home, but I'm going to show you the classical way first, and then I'm going to do another video where I'm going to show you how I do it. It's drastically different, but I'd rather show you both ways. So, how to start? You're going to crack 2 eggs in a bowl. You don't even need to use a bowl, but, I mean, yeah, you need a bowl. So, I was thinking of my own technique for a second. Now, the eggs. You want to really mix them in. You want a lot of air to go in, make them as fluffy as possible. If you're doing large amounts, obviously I would say use an electronic whisk, but for this video, this is more than fine. I then gonna add some salt. You could also add some pepper, but if you want to keep it as clean as possible, I do not suggest that you add any of the black pepper because you're gonna have little flakes. So a lot of people actually don't like the flakes. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna heat up my pan. Now the trick, you don't want your pan too hot. You also do not want it too cold. You kind of want it at about a 7. Normally in the hotel, you try not to have any of the marks. You want as perfect as possible, pure yellow or pure white. And pure white's very, very hard. But that's what we're going for. If you have a little bit of marks, who cares? Who are you to judge? Oh yeah, my eggs are not perfect. Doesn't matter, guys. The trick is, you enjoy it here, not as much here. So, I'm gonna wait a little bit for my pan to go. In the meantime, you could use 3 different ways to lubricate your pan. You could use butter, you could use oil, or you could use spray. Spray is the best. It adds a very, very, very thin coating on all sides. I do not have spray, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take oil, I'm gonna put a tiny bit in my pan, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot, guys. It's actually bad if you put too much, and I'm gonna show you why later. I'm next gonna take a napkin. And what the napkin does, it adds a tiny bit. Now my pan's already starting to get hot. I can feel it, which is very good. Okay, next. It's almost ready to go in the pan. Once I put it in the pan, it's very, very important that you're ready. By ready, I mean all your garnishes that are inside of the omelet, you want them already done. So how you could do that, you could use a microwave. That's the best way that I do it. I do all my prep work, and then we microwave it. That's how it's done at the hotels, that's how it's done in restaurants. All the garnishes are done, microwave, put in the omelet. So now, I'm gonna take the egg solution, I'm gonna throw it inside. I don't hear any noise, which is okay. It means that the pan is not incredibly hot. I do not want it incredibly hot, but it will get there. So, an omelet, you want it fully coated. You don't want any liquid. What's very important, at least for the perfect French omelet, is a broiler. So if you, at the kitchen, you have like one on top, you just put it in. At home, you have your stoves. So you want to 80% cook it on the pan, 20% on the broiler. So, I'm distributing my omelet on all sides. You're going to very minorly see that it's going to start to form here. That's what we want. We want to form an initial layer. Now, it's going to take, on a hotter pan, it goes faster. But the problem is, the hotter it gets, the more chance of it burning or showing marks. So you want it like, kind of how I have it here. So, the trick, as soon as you see that there's one side that's formed, like a solid, you're going to tip your pan, you're going to take your spatula, you're going to make a little like hole, and all the liquid is going to go in that crease. And I'm going to be showing you in a couple of seconds. See all that extra liquid? We don't want that. Not that bad. So you're going to go here. And it's still not fully formed, which is okay. You go like that. See what it did there? I don't know if you guys can see that. But that's what we want. And you want to lift it as low as possible. Not to make any noticeable well, any notice that you actually did it in the first place. That's how they are. Those very picky customers. So it's actually almost ready for the second step. So now you're gonna take all your ingredients and you're gonna add it to the top. I already did it. Basically, I'm gonna show you in other videos how I did each thing. Basically, caramelized onions, which is gonna be in the video below. I also took a little bit of green onions. I also did caramelized garlic, and I'm gonna put some cheese. So, it's okay that it's on. Basically, you distribute a little bit. Oh, big clump. Okay. Distribute it like this. Put it in the middle, guys, because we're gonna have to fold it over, right? So, distribute a little bit in the middle, like that. See, there's a little bit of liquid here. That's perfectly fine. When we're gonna put it in the broiler, it's gonna be perfect. Next, I'm gonna take my cheese. The cheese actually doesn't matter. You can put it everywhere. Try not to touch the outside of the pan. And then I'm gonna throw a little bit of tomatoes. Keep in mind when you do your tomatoes, always season with salt. You want every single ingredient that you put in the omelet to be seasoned. Next, I can't exactly show you me putting it in the broiler, but I'm putting it in the broiler. Now, you want to keep an eye on it. You don't want anything to burn, because the broiler could be very hot. Obviously, you could adjust the temperatures, but normally it's full blast when you do it out. So, you want to look to see if the liquid in the egg is not liquid anymore, and then it's perfectly good to go. The risks, obviously, of keeping it too long are marks. I keep saying this, but when you're working at like a 5-star hotel, like I did before, marks matter, and the customers don't want to see any kind of marks. They want to see just yellow or just white. And I'm trying to show you the classical expert way on how to do it. So you're going to see here, already most of the solids are done, and this is bad. See? That's probably the cheese that did that, but we don't want that. But basically it's almost about done. Now, the actual hard part, and this is where a lot of people make mistakes, is actually plating it. So I'm gonna do my best not to screw this up either, because it's not always 100% like you're gonna get it perfect, but we're gonna try this together. So that's my plate. Now I'm gonna show you the trick. It's sticking a little bit, which is, oh, never mind. I lied to you guys, sorry. So, you're gonna grab one side. And by the way, before I say anything, keep in mind your pan size. So I used 2 eggs. You could use even 3 or 4, it depends on how big your pan is. I do not suggest you doing like a huge pan with French omelet style. It's very, very, very hard. Trust me. So, you're going to use your spatula, or if you're brave, you could also use your hands. But, you're going to flip this. This point here has to go here. So, it's like a half moon. So, wait, I'm going to move my plate so I can show you guys. Do not put a hot pan on your countertop. Not a good idea. So, you're going to fold it like this. And that's still, it's a bit chunky. Only because I put a lot of ingredient inside. Put less if you're brave. I mean, if you're not brave. So, how do this now? You're going to want to push it to one side, like this. Now, your angles are very important here. You want to grab from under, and you kind of want to pick it up a little bit, but not fully. You let the pan do most of the work. Bam, 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 and good to go. Now, there's a little bit of a mess. That's perfectly fine. You do this. Good to go. You can use your hands if you want. You center it a little bit. Now, I want to make it a little bit sexier. So, take some of my tomatoes. Throw my tomatoes on. I did some chiffonade parsley. You could see in the video below in the descriptions how I did that. But basically, it's very easy. Everyone could do it. Oh, I see chunks. Chunks are bad, guys. Chunks are bad. Next, I have a little bit of green onion. That's pretty straightforward. I just cut it as thin as I could. Even for me, this is a little bit like too much, but I just want to show you how to do it, basically. And this is the end result. Pretty nice, guys, right? So, this concludes how to make a French omelet. Like I said before, I'm going to show you the unorthodox way that I do it, and it's going to be even faster than this. You're going to see it's crazy fast. So, I love you all. Thank you for watching the video. Like or subscribe at the bottom if you want to see more content. I'm going to see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.